Hey everybody, just wanted to share my feelings about the complexities of being alive and what that really means. And it usually has to do with relationships, communication, because relationships are communication, and how grateful I am to be alive, to be breathing at this moment. We've had a whole bunch of really rainy, cold, miserable, soggy, wet days. And so today I am out on the porch and we have total perfect blue skies. You know, the sun is completely out. Look at that. Yay! Yeah, so what people might not know is that I grew up in California. I'm a California girl. And my mom and dad were from Napa Valley, where they grow grapes and make wine. And so we moved there a bunch of times and lived in so 4 different places throughout time, and in Napa, and but I just love sunshine, and so that's what California's all about. I don't know if they call it the Golden State, but because of the golden sunshine. And so, I was just there visiting, and I'm like, wow, it feels so good, to stand in California sunshine. Here in Washington, I'm in Seattle area. It's cold. Even on a hotter day, it's still not as hot as in California because there's the sun index is higher or something. So, so yeah, I'm super grateful for sunshine. That brightens my day. I've had, I get real down on days that there's no sun. And, that's part of life. I'm not saying I'm not happy to be me, even though I have down days. That's exactly not what I'm saying. Because, I'm super glad to be me. Worked hard to be whoever it is that I am and am not. Because we are all whatever and whatever not that we are. And that's part of the complexity right there, which is so great. And I'm not going to let anyone tell me who I am. I mean, they could tell me. You could tell me. But am I who you think I am? No, just like you are not who I think you are. It's much deeper, much more complex. So I am who I think I am, not who you think I am. Because I made up a version of you. Like, let's take my friend Ernie Cabot. Hi, Ernie. I have made up a version of Ernie inside my own mind. But that's not exactly who Ernie is. Ernie is too deep, too complex. I don't know Ernie at all. But I know that he's a sweet gentleman in my comments. That's what I know. And he's always, he will be the first one to give me a remarkably kind, warm-hearted comment. And I appreciate that more than anything. Appreciate you, Ernie. But who Ernie is, like I said, really deep and complex, And that's who I am, too. I am a deep and complex person. One of the things that I'm also very intense. I'm intense to be around. Even when I'm intensely bored, it's intense to be bored around me. And it's not that I'm actually bored. It's that I got to have time to process everything I'm thinking about, and I think about everything. Why wouldn't you? And why wouldn't you want to sit and talk to yourself? To understand the self, because who I am needs to be understood by me. I'm the most important person to understand for myself. Just like you need to understand yourself. What is it that you really want, in this life? What gives us the greatest happiness? Sunshine is the greatest happiness, I think, bar none, for everyone. Because if there was no sunshine, there would be no humans. And, that is a fact. If there was not a sun, we wouldn't be able to exist. So, thank you, sunshine, for letting me exist. Thank you. That's everything. Thank you. I get to exist. So literally, the sun is my God. Literally. And of course, the water and, the trees. I mean, everything that lets me live. Because breathing, I also wouldn't be here if I didn't breathe. I needed the air. And so thank you, sun, once again, for making it so that, here we are, this glorious planet. For whatever time we have left, humans have pretty much destroyed the planet, so I'm appreciating whatever time us humans have left on our glorious, beautiful planet, all because of the sun. Woo! So, yeah, it's really good to feel good about just being able to be alive in this moment. And I am greatly appreciative for my life and for my sorrows. And I say that because anybody following me knows that I have rainy day blues. And I don't really express too many of the rainy day blues here on YouTube, but, I try to. I can tell that I was having, sadness. I can tell when I have my sadness, but I keep it to myself normally because, it's, who wants to, I guess in my family growing up, I have 5 sisters and 3 brothers, and nobody likes a crybaby. That's what it was always said. Hey, nobody likes a crybaby. And so I grew up not wanting to ever be a crybaby. And, and it's true. I still don't want to be a crybaby. So, so I do everything I can to escape crying. And I think I have shed maybe 10 tears this year. And, it's, that's a lot, 10 tears. And that's only like 1 tear. So maybe I've only cried 2 times. I don't know. I mean, it's not like, I know it's necessary to cry, because I've been so sad, but the tears don't come. Not that and of course I try not to cry because I also don't like getting congested and, I get a headache and, it's torture. And of course it isn't fun. That isn't how I want to spend my time. It's crying all day. I want to go have fun. But I do understand it. There's a time and a place, just like the song says. We have a time to weep, we have a time to dance, we have a time to play. All of these different times, and you can't get out of it. That's what I've learned, is that I couldn't get out of being sad. I couldn't. It had to be done. It had to be faced. That's where, the rainy days come in handy. They're no fun, but they come in handy because they have to be faced. It's like, well, why am I really sad? Now let's go over it. What is bothering? And so, it's important to do that. And sometimes you can cry about it, and sometimes you can't. It's like I can hang on to, hey, because I can push it away. I was really good at pushing anything that hurt away or thinking about it tomorrow. I really loved the Gone with the Wind, where Scarlett O'Hara would say, "Oh, I'm not going to worry about it now. I'll think about that tomorrow." And I think I kind of adopted that. And so you do think about it, whatever it is that hurt. The heart lets you know that you're not getting out of it, is all I'm saying. That's the complex beauty. So there's a great beauty in sorrow when you face it, or after you're done facing it. And then you can see why it is so necessary for me to have my sorrow and to be proud and to respect the heck out of my sorrow. I respect other people's sorrow. I can see sorrow in eyes, just like you can see happiness in eyes. You can see anger. You can see whatever you're looking for. Usually, in someone's eyes, the lackluster. You can see that. Where's the excitement? I was talking with my friend Richard, and he is worried about his grandkids because, he's worried that they sleep all day and are on their phones all day and then they go out all night, and go have fun, or he's not sure what they're doing, but he's pretty sure they don't have jobs. And so he's worried, he's concerned. It's like, well, he knows he's not going to be around to help him out if they live with him, and so he's worried about that, and it's really tough. It makes me think, how do we light a fire? Where is the fire inside of us to do something? If we're working on sorrow, then it's really tough to find that what it grabs your attention and pulls you in and says, hey, I can really focus on this. But when you're sad, you can't, you got to force it down. You got to go remember what your biggest goal and desire is. For me, I like being in shape. I like having something to do. I like, so I love to get up and go do things because I've always been hyperactive, and when I have the sorrow, then I sit and I, not all the time. I mean, I walk a lot, so and I do my other exercises. But if I don't, then that makes me more sad. If I just sit around and eat popcorn and watch Netflix all day. But I'm stewing in my sadness in order to face it and overcome it, so that it can become beautiful instead of ugly and bitter. Because sadness can be so ugly, and that's one of the reasons why I don't like to talk when I'm super sad, because I know that I'm also kind of pissed off that I'm sad. I get really pissed, And who doesn't have that anger button from being hurt and sad and broken, or feeling that way? The heart feels broken and crushed. When we lose our best friends or children or siblings, parents, people die, and that hurts. And so that, it's hard to work through. It's hard to be grateful. But man, and that's where the trick is in life, is to become grateful no matter what. And because of it, it's like, well, now I'm more compassionate. I have a deeper understanding for what other people are going through after, having losses. Things, that you would question God and say, well, why does a good thing happen? Or a bad thing happen to a good person, and that's really kind of a painful question and burden to put all on God. Why? And why is a really good question that I could come up with a bunch of answers, but they would never be enough answers, and really it's like they say that there's always a reason something happens. And that's true. When, people die in a car crash, well, something happened. And there's a reason behind it. There was an accident. Or someone did something on purpose. Or, but there's always a reason, of course. It's the answers we don't like, usually. Of why people aren't here, well, why? Because life is very, very fragile. That's the truth about it. Life is fragile. It's delicate. You got to, you're not guaranteed to be here in the next second. None of us are. I'm not. I could get hit by a meteor right now. And, but do I appreciate and love my life now? Yes. Am I happy for the sun now? Yes. I'm happy that the rainy days come too, because I might not ever face. I would definitely try to run away from anything sad. That's in my nature. So, I had to have a complete break from anything sad, and that was, you just can't even imagine. I'm sure you can, actually. I'm sure you can. But after people, you're usually, I think my personality, I don't think it morphed. It's not like my personality changed, because I am me, but perspectives changed. The world around me didn't change. My perspective of the world had changed. And so, which I like better now, much better to have a better perspective, to to find our peace, to find our place, for the inside. Because I don't mean, I'm not career oriented. My career, if you would say, is that I'm doing YouTube, and will it ever be successful like the other people? Probably not, and I don't care. It is successful in that I have more than one subscriber. Yes, that is success right there. I didn't think I would ever get any. Here I am, a lady that went to 16 real schools, and a bunch of homemade ones along the way. And so that, moving a lot and well, just going for, basically I am no one who is someone that is no one. And which is a beautiful thing, because it makes me really happy. It's like I can kind of slip in and out anywhere and not really, it's kind of like being a ghost. And it's very exciting to get to just go places and not feel attached, not feel burdened. Just love it, because I think there's something really cool about everything. Everything has something cool about it, and something negative about it. You can find both. You can find it in every aspect that you are looking for in this life. So for a gypsy girl like me, I'm a great success in the YouTube world, and it's all my mom style. Is I like to call my channel Mom Style, or my videos, because I always took videos of my kids growing up. I had a video camera as soon as we could get one. And it was the greatest thing, having those little videos of kids and laughing and hey, mama, I love you, and all the I love yous that because time only happens once. I mean, whatever you're doing, this is only going to happen once, and you don't get to say how long it's going to last. You don't get to say that your kids won't get something and die. You have to. It's not up to you, is all I'm saying. So cherish each moment, I guess, is also, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to cherish each moment, and I have a whole history of super cool people that I've gotten to know from all the times that I've moved, and or people that I don't really remember anymore, but we had church together. We lived in Chico, and I remember the McLaughlins and the Jensens from Napa. My family was friends with Sorensens, and let's see, there was a locksmith that my brother apprenticed with people in Chico. What were their names? Oh my gosh. One of the kids' names was Calvin, like Calvin Klein, and anyways, they had a locksmith from our church, and our sister had locked herself in the bedroom. She was 3 years old, and we just moved to a new house in Chico, at some church member's house, and they had a really neat house. And the parents' bedroom had a lock on the door, and our little sister went in there, and she pushed the button, and then she was locked in there. We didn't know how to unlock the door, so. We called, my parents called the bishop, and then they said, hey, he's a locksmith, such and such, and man, I can't remember their name, but wish I could remember the name, but my brother got to apprentice being a locksmith, and he learned how to open any lock, and so whenever we went to go rent a new house, my brother would be able to my dad already knew we could get inside of the house before the realtor got there, usually, and we'd already be walking around because my brother would open the door with a hairpin. It was one of the coolest things ever. David, I love you. And so my brother's in Sweden, David, and I just saw on Facebook the pictures that David's husband, Yuan, had posted on Facebook, and oh my gosh, it looks so beautiful. I got to visit you in Sweden, me and Christine, and there were so many candles. So Sweden uses a lot of candles at Christmas time. Even my brother puts little candles in the Christmas tree, on these little, old-fashioned stands, and David's a really good cook. I think Yuan probably is a good cook too, but I'm not sure. David, I know, is the gourmet, so I'm sure Yuan. I'm sure you can cook too. I'm not a good cook, so that I can make a few things that are pretty good. So, anyways, with Sweden, I sure had a good time, and it was really beautiful to see the pictures that were posted with all the warm glow, and oh my gosh, just candles everywhere, and like a warm amber glow in the house. So warm and cozy. So yes, so yeah, it's Christmas time, and I hope everyone is out there going to have a very wonderful Christmas, and appreciate breathing. And if you make it, hey, none of us are guaranteed to make it to Christmas. So if you make it, congratulations. And I hope to make it. to Christmas. You know, it's been beautiful winter, even though it was sloshy and rainy and all that. But to have so much sun and you know, it's been good. You know, things are going really good. I've been making more art, and so, you know, the sadness turns into happiness and joy and thanks. I think that's what sadness is supposed to do, probably, is it's supposed to help us grow up, I think, into a better version than yesterday, you know? It's like, would I have appreciated sunshine so much if it wouldn't have been raining? It's like, I mean, I can't tell you how much I hate having the flu. And when, you know, when you're done having the flu, and I haven't had the flu in a long, long time, and I hope nobody else gets it, you know, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, when I have the flu, there's nothing like getting back to being normal again. Oh my gosh. And I know you can relate, because, you know, after you've been having that experience, my brother-in-law Hal used to say that he had hairy diarrhea. And I thought that was a really good description of something super horrible, and everyone can relate to usually in some form or another, because we've had that happen. And you know, you just get so sick, and throwing up is no fun. And so, yeah, appreciating anyways. And then I saw Tom Singleton. He is getting collects his Social Security today, Tom, and I wanted to say congratulations and how happy I am for you. I think it's so great, and I can't wait to get my stuff. Yay! 2 more years, all I have to wait. Yep. So, anyways, I hope everybody does good today, and thanks for being here. Thank you. Let me see how long I'm on. Yeah, love you guys. Love you, David. Love you, Yuan. Hey, Julie, if you're watching out there, I love you. I hope you're doing good. And, you know, miss my kids. Miss you guys. Love you. Happy to be here. Look forward to talking with everybody. Take care.